I was born on September 14th, 1993. I was born in India in a small town called Rajapalayam, which is in the south. And an interesting fact about my birthday, which is kind of weird, on like my official birth certificate, there's actually a misprint, meaning my birthday is one day later instead of one day before. So it's on September the 15th instead of the 14th. They changed it on my passport before I came here. So on my birthday, I usually just I like talking to friends, family, hanging out, going to dinner. Nothing unusual, just regular stuff. And I'd like to think my birthday is the most important day in the world for me. But I have to realize there was important stuff going on in the rest of the world. And so I have a couple articles about that. The main article I chose is from the New York Times, and it's about the Oslo Accords. And the Oslo Accords is Rabin, the Prime Minister of Israel, and Arafat, the leader of Palestine, agreed to share the land along the Jordan River, also known as the Gaza Strip. There were many previous presidents in attendance, Jimmy Carter, Bill Clinton, George Bush, and many others. The peace treaty was actually signed on the same table as the Israel and Egypt peace treaty almost 20 years back. And so basically the agreement was to pull troops out of the Gaza Strip so both Israelites and Palestinians can both live there. Unfortunately, according to both of the world leaders, they both agree that there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to keep the peace. And the reason I chose this as my main article is usually all you see on the news is war, violence, and it's good to see two countries practically hate each other, put aside their differences and actually come together for the greater good. So the next article I chose was about the bid for the 2000 Olympics, and it was on the New York Times, September 14th, 1993. So in a move to host the 2000 Olympics, China freed one of their top political prisoners, and the reason they did this is because they wanted the 2000 Olympics, and the Olympic Committee was deciding on whether or not to let China host because of their poor human rights record. The person who was jailed was named Wei, and he was part of the Beijing Democracy Wall movement. And for speaking out against the top leaders of the government and leaking state secrets about the military, he was sentenced to 15 years in prison. So he was finally released, and everything's good. And I chose this article because the 2008 Olympics, they were my favorite because of the whole grandness of it. It really felt like a cultural extravaganza or whatever. And then the third article I chose was from the Baltimore Sun on September 14th, 1997. And it's about hysteria in Japan. They thought there was a crocodile on the loose. So basically what happens is thousands of people try to find this crocodile. They set up signs, made sure to put people on watch by the pound. It was in Tokyo Shokuju Park, which is notorious for people dumping their pet. People suspect it was a foreigner who released the alligator onto it, but later, as it goes on, there's no way it could have survived the winter, so they just assumed it's dead. And the reason I chose this is because it's a little bit more lighthearted than all the other stuff that was going on, and it kind of just popped up when I typed in my birthday, so I was like, why not? And in conclusion for all of this, I really like, I chose a lot of stuff, international stuff, is because one day I'd like to travel the world. That's one of my passions. I've already been to a lot of places around the world. So one day I'd like to do that as part of my job. Thank you.